Hello and welcome to another fun and exciting episode of The Fueling Station. I'm your host, Ed Kammerer, along with my Pod-troleum brother, Jonathan Stong.
Hey, buddy. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
How you doing, Johnny?
I'm super good.
Hey, Johnny, do you know what today is?
I believe, let me see, it's Wednesday, February 22nd.
You know, today is actually the 1-year anniversary of The Fueling Station of our podcast. It was 1 year ago today that we recorded our first episode here at the WPMA show live in Las Vegas.
Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't remember that, but that's at least 2 anniversaries that I've forgotten in the last year, so I hope that my wife can hear this and not feel so upset about things.
So as you can tell, if you hear the background noise, we are once again back live in Las Vegas at the WPMA show 2023. A couple things have changed. Obviously, we've got some little bit of an upgrade here with our equipment.
Beautiful.
We did this a year ago. We had just a handheld microphone stuck inside of a conduit entry fitting to hold it up between us. We could talk into. So things must be good because we got this fancy little microphone. We actually look like what we're doing now.
Professionals for the first time, at least this year.
So we're excited. Last year I think we launched like 8 episodes.
That's right.
So if you haven't checked those out, go to where you get your podcast and check out the Fueling Station. So we want to keep this going. We had a lot of great feedback, and we thought no better place to record another episode than right where it all started, here at WPMA.
You know what, and I think you said it right in the beginning, is you can hear the people in the background. The industry is back in full swing, and it doesn't show any signs of really slowing down. Talking to the people here on the floor, whether you're an end user or a distributor, contractor, maintenance provider, even the authorities holding jurisdiction, people are saying business is booming, and we don't have any reason to believe things are slowing down.
Yeah, I mean, just by going by the traffic, people walking through the booth, this is actually day 2. We wanted to record yesterday.
Too busy.
But heck, you and I didn't have time to talk into a microphone. We were talking to customers all day.
That's right, and that's really what we want, right? Because if we know these individuals are coming in, they're asking us questions about our latest or greatest products, some new innovations, but their hurts may be different, but their concerns are the same, and it's like, how can I have a more sustainable fueling system to protect the assets for myself and our customers? So I think what we're showing here, even what other individuals are showing, has been a positive for the market. Your team, Ed, has launched a great series of products this year with new containment chambers, and that has been a real big push for us here, I think, at this show.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what what's the theme? What have people been asking, or what have they been wanting to see, on the show floor? Yeah,
I think one of the most impressive things is one of the DEF solutions that the product management team has come out with. A stainless steel DEF shear valve to protect both the individuals at the station as well as the assets in the dispenser and in the piping system. And it's something that you all came up with because the industry asked for it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because DEF actually has been around for 10 years or so now, and up to this point, really no one's put together a complete engineered solution or system from one manufacturer. It's all been piece parts from this piping guy, this sump guy, this valve guy, whatever. But now we've actually designed a complete DEF system, as you like to say, from soup to nuts.
That's right.
And we've actually just launched the industry's first, shear valve designed specifically for DEF, all stainless steel. It's a beautiful valve, I must say.
It is a beautiful valve. And from an operational standpoint, I love what the engineering team has done, is using a casting that can be universal, whether it's a conventional DEF or integrated into our high flow loop system.
Yep.
So, people have options, and they're trying to exercise them, and they want to use OPW. So I think if we keep removing the opportunities for piecemealing systems and give people, like you're saying, system solutions, that's what our customers are looking for, and that's definitely what's been launched and what we're promoting here today.
Yep, no, I totally agree. Actually got a secret to that valve. We see a lot of recirculation systems coming out with DEF now. People getting away from heat trace and other things, trying to keep the DEF from freezing, so they go into a recirculation system. Well, we actually integrated, if you are going to have a recirculation system at the bottom of the valve drilled out, and you can put your sensor or your probe, that determines when the system recirculates, based on temperature.
That's
so
right.
We're pretty excited about that, to have an integrated part that goes right along with whatever recirculation system you're using from whatever manufacturer. It's compatible with the valve.
And that attribute, if you will, of the valve is something that an individual said to me earlier. He's like, you know what, you guys actually listened to what we needed, which, it happens in all industries. Sometimes things get created in a vacuum, but with us, one of our strengths has been that customer intimacy and the voice of the customer to see what do you want? What do you expect from these products? And your team has listened and is delivering, and I think that's a testament in itself to the company. Truly.
Yeah. Let's get back to the show. Walking around here, it does not look like gasoline or diesel is going away anytime soon.
It absolutely is not. Diversification is understood, and as citizens of the globe, we need to look at that, and as manufacturers, that's part of the mantra. But at the end of the day, our core business is fluid transfer and conveying fuel safely through these lines. So, with the adoption of some of these standards, we've been able to produce better products that are going to last longer. And like you're saying, fuel for us in the liquid form isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, the petroleum industry, like I said, it's healthy as ever been. I mean, how many customers have you talked to at the show that I have not heard one customer, one end user saying that they are scaling back their new construction schedule for this year? Everyone says they're accelerating their new or beefing up their new construction schedules.
That's right.
No one's backing down. People are still building stations a lot.
Real estate's pushing hard, and the construction groups and the environmental groups have to fall in line and get these products into these systems and get these systems built. If anything, the shortage is in manpower, truthfully, and getting the proper individuals to work with this equipment and get it installed properly the first time. So that's really been the only hang-up. There's not been any kind of slowing down that I've seen, like you're saying. And customers, if anything, I've talked to a handful that have more aggressive build programs over the next 12 and 18 months than they have in the previous 24, 36 months. So that's a good thing for us. And our availability of these products is something that I think that people are enjoying, is being able to get these products in a timely fashion to not delay the production of these stations.
So John, this is, WPMA is always an exciting show because it's our first show of the season. Kind of kicks off our trade show schedule, especially for the spring. That's when we see a lot of these large regional shows, some of the smaller, individual state shows. But looking out on the show floor, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to be, that OPW is going to be featuring this year. Sure. Throughout the trade show season. And the one thing I see staring at us, and you really, it's hard to take a look because it's always surrounded by a bunch of people. One of the new products that we're getting ready to launch here next month is the TSE, the tank sump for everybody. We've talked about the DSE, the dispenser sump version, and what this is OPW's version of a valued price fiberglass tank sump. But like OPW, we don't just copy what others are doing. We saw the need for a valued price composite fiberglass tank sump, and that's what we did. We introduced the SMC process. Actually, we did a whole podcast on that earlier last year. If you want to check that out, where we're talking about the how we stamp these sumps out using an SMC or a sheet molded compound versus a spray up or a roll up. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about the TSE and what a beautiful product this is. Well,
one thing I like about it is the versatility. I mean, you're giving people options. You're not just saying, here is our standard chamber, our standard tank sump and vessel. You're giving people an opportunity to choose their lid facet, their sealing consistency, an entry-level aspect, or the Cadillac of a product in general. So I look at these things and I look at, how is the contractor going to manage this? How is the contractor going to make sure that things are done right? Well, when we produce a better product, as these, like the TSE, you're giving them an opportunity to do things right the first time. And the smoothness on the inside, smoothness on the out, the ability for us to produce these at a really rapid rate with constant consistency of quality, I think is something that people are looking for. The ease of installation, the access to get in there. I'll just be honest with you, I'm American, so I'm not getting any smaller. So I need room in these sumps that I can get down there and effectively inspect, review, maintain, and repair in the event of an issue. We're supposed to be looking in these sumps every 30 days and documenting, by the EPA, and people are looking for a safe way and a sustainable way to manage their secondary containment systems, and the TSE definitely gives us that.
Yep, exciting product. Lid comes in two designs, either a compression design or a watertight with our typical Fiberlite stainless steel ring and L handles, locking handles. So. Be looking for the official product launch here coming a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, and there's been a lot of buzz. I think, I know we talked about the shear valve a little bit ago, but the tank sump, for me, at least on the floor the last 2 days, has been where I spent most of my time, because it's something different, and people are used to seeing a different color from OPW. So this new gray feature, this consistent feature, if you will, is something new and exciting for the industry to look at, you know?
They've probably seen some of our announcements or hear us talking about it. We've transitioned, from the, we had white fiberglass sumps. Obviously, when we brought Fiberlight into the OPW family, we had the yellow Fiberlight sumps. But now what we've done, we even put a little marketing piece together where we take all those former colors of OPW and kind of blended what's next.
That's right.
And come out with this beautiful gray color. So throughout the year, you'll see us transitioning away from the yellow sumps to the gray sumps. Certainly with the TSE, the DSE. So now we have a complete dispenser sump or tank sump in that E series or that economy, valued price. Certainly not low quality, low cost, but certainly not low quality.
And that's one of the biggest things is, when you want to make a product more effective and more attractive to the marketplace, not only do you want to make it sustainable, but it's got to be at a price point where people are willing to pay. And we know that these products themselves speak for themselves. We've always said defining what's next, now we're producing what's next. And I think people are thankful because, once again, the team has listened to the needs and is offering a better solution.
Excellent. When you're at the WPMA show, you never know who's going to walk up or who you're going to see. So we have a good friend of ours just kind of walked over. I'm going to put him on the spot now.
There he is.
So our good friend Dave Duncan, who's a national account manager with IRPCO, the hose guy. Dave, how's the show been for you these last couple of days?
The show has been excellent. How about for you guys? You guys have been busy.
We have.
A lot of traffic.
It's been great. And we've seen you running around like crazy. A little bit after hours too, just
Right.
a little bit, staying hydrated. But
Right.
I've seen you busy in this booth, on that floor, running around. What are people saying about, your business?
Yeah, we've obviously been talking about the underground. You're a hose guy, so you're primarily focused on above ground, hanging hardware, and the hose hanging off dispensers and things like that. What's happening in the world of hoses these days?
Well, there's some regulations in certain parts of the country where they're decommissioning stage 2, like Pennsylvania,
Right?
around Pittsburgh and counties around Pittsburgh and Philadelphia that are they had to decommission and turn off stage 2 at the end of last year, and then there's a requirement to install low permeation hose and a dripless nozzle by April of next year.
I'm going to put our shameless plug in here. If you need a low perm hose, we got a plenty in stock at OPW.
Yes, you do.
Dave Duncan has been, happy to supply us and make sure our warehouse is full of low perm hose. So if you need a low perm hose or a low perm hose kit with a dripless nozzle, like Dave just talked about, the 14E, we've got hose kits and we got plenty of low perm hose that we need to unload. So feel free to give us a call.
Absolutely, and I actually have a bunch in my warehouse that's waiting to go to OPW at some point.
But no, we've enjoyed, OPW's enjoyed a great relationship with IRPCO over the years, helping us provide, supply our hoses as we put together hose kits for the industry. All right, Jonathan, well, hey man, probably should wrap things up here. We don't like to make these too long.
Well, we got some more customers in the booth too, so it doesn't
We certainly
look like
do.
we have an opportunity.
We certainly do. So again, it was exciting. 1 year ago today, we did the first episode. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed this. We'll continue to tune in and hear the Pod-troleum Guys,
I'll tell you.
the fueling station. As always, my friend, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Can't believe it's been 1 year since we kicked this off. And
You don't look a day older than last year.
and they're still letting us put these on air.
I love it.
We haven't offended anybody too bad. All right, my friend, until next time, I'm Ed Kammerer,
And I'm Jonathan Stong.
the
And,
Pod-troleum Guys.
and thanks so much for listening. We greatly appreciate you.
See you next time on The Fueling
Fueling
Station.